Hey guys, Desi here, and today I just want to go over trade recaps for October 5th and basically go over how I alerted the bottom and we basically caught the entire move up or most of the move up on SPY today. As you know, we opened low and then we started ripping right back up toward the end of the day. So just for starters, I just want to go over exactly what I had on my chart. So as you guys can see here, since September 23rd, we had this resistance or supply level, a supply zone, excuse me, around this 370 to 371 area. As you can see, we got one, two, three, four, five, six touches, and we finally got above it on October 4th, which is yesterday. And then we ripped a lot, and then today we actually had our pullback. So on the chart here, this looks very clean, right? We had our basically rejections, gap over, retest into rip, and as simple as this is how simple the trade actually was. I'm gonna break it down here on the 1 minute chart just to make it a little bit easier for you guys. Actually, let me just Control Z all this and go over to see how my chart actually looked like intraday. Let me go to the 1 minute time frame because I do take entries off the 1 minute time frame. All right, so as you guys can see, imagine this is just this demand zone here, this blue. I just put a level here just for this to be a little bit cleaner. So as you guys can see here, I took so I had SPX calls. They ran a decent amount, but I did get stopped out on. So I basically broke even on. I profited on half. I didn't scale full, and I basically broke even. I was looking to re-add. So at 737 here, 737, I took SPY calls for October 7th. So I took October 7th because I knew the move was gonna happen, but I didn't quite know when it was gonna happen, and we were eventually gonna have this breakout. So I'll show you guys, a really clean move here. So we basically came down, we were up like a little bit, and then we came and double bottomed here. My stop loss was 37.16 on SPX or US 500 because I was using that as well at that time. Right around here, this 370.5 area would have been my stop. So why playing 2 day contracts on these kind of moves and catching majority of this is actually really nice because one, I wasn't down at all right here. I was down maybe 2% at most, 2-3%. Contracts move nice, and I just knew we were gonna have this breakout. Just didn't know the exact timing. So I had this intraday zone drawn out here. I did have it red first because this was a supply zone. As we got down, rejected, rejected, rejected. So this was a supply until we broke above it, and that's when I switched my zone colors to back to green, which signifies it's a demand zone. So as you guys can see here, this is a very very clean setup. So we had this trend. I had this daily trend drawn, like something like this, just from the top and just from the top of the wick today, at 6:35, all the way to basically right here. We came and broke out. So as you guys can see, we eventually got over this zone here, and then we started channeling up, and started rejecting. After the second touch right here, or this third minute, excuse me, 1, 2, 3. I drew this trend line, and I was waiting for a breakout above this trend line. I had a feeling it was gonna happen. This was actually a proper retest of the zone as well. You can't get better than this for a retest. Safe entry would be above, off this hammer candle here. You could take entries, or you could take entries up here. So, I was watching for SPY to break this downtrend here, and eventually we did. I was going to long here, but I did miss my entry on contracts. They're at 390 each on SPX, and they ended up running to 4,000. But not mad. I was in a decent position for these 373s for October 7th. So as you guys can see here, these contracts moved really nicely at 55% at 917. So let me show you guys here. 917, around this area, they're up 55%, and I basically had stops in at 40% because I did not want to give back anything on this trade. And we caught a really nice move, 55% on 2 day contracts. Very very nice. Everyone got the same entries, and it was great. So basically, what you also could have done is take this, something like this, a downtrend here into a breakout, and then we did have this zone up here that was, obviously was a supply zone. I had it like this, and I had my level here, but we broke above it. And I didn't really, take any more options trades for the rest of the day. But I did take futures trades. So I want to go over one. I know a lot of people were trying to go long, but they did get stopped out here. So I really want to cover that and basically go over because I actually longed here on futures, and I'll tell you guys why I actually longed. So this was a major supply zone. As you guys can see from October 5th and October 4th, I mean, not October 4th, I should say. Basically, we gapped. We ripped up, and then we consolidated in this zone for a while, and then we did not, we did not break above it, and then that's when we had our gap down because we did close in supply, and this was our first retest, and then we did, get this nice rejection back into this zone. That was a demand, so I switched the color back to green, something like this, and now let me extend it all the way. So I want to go over why a lot of people messed up going long here, and why they should have waited for this breakout. So I had something like this drawn out, and personally, you see, oh, you have your zone here. You're gonna act. So I didn't even have this level at this point. It was just something like this. So you're gonna act like your zone broke down. Just time for you to go to short. But when I say a zone breaks or a zone, when it's trying to break out or break down, I always suggest everyone going on the 5 minutes to see exactly what is happening. And I like to wait for 2 5-minute confirmation candles below the zone to actually take the short, or one and then have one full candle under. But as you guys can see here, this was just a retest of the 21 EMA on the 5-minute chart, and as you guys can see, this all the price that got pushed down got bought right back up. So this is when I entered longs on my futures trade. I was a little bit in down draw, as you can see this candle here, but I caught the nice move all the way back up to this into the supply near high day. So I basically caught this moving a little bit choppy for options. As you can see, contracts would have got destroyed here and here unless you're a 2 DTE, but 0 DTE is really tough. And I caught a nice move all the way back into this 377 area on futures. So let me show you another trade that a lot of members of my Discord actually did end up taking, but I personally did not take because I was done trading. It's something like this. So I had something like this, and I emphasize top of the hour changes. So 7 a.m. I'm on or Eastern. I'll go Eastern time, so like 10 Eastern is like a time. Currently 6:21 for me Pacific Standard Time, so I look at for 7 a.m. trade, top of the hour, 11 a.m. and then 12 p.m. or power hour, for a crazy move up. So we were following this trend going into the supply, and a lot of candles were consolidating here, which orders are getting filled, and less sellers are present. So something that you guys could have done as like a small lotto play, I would say, it's a little risky taking calls up here, especially in supplies without a lot of confirmation. So something you guys could have done to to like profit off of this is just identify the trend early. So identify the trend after 2 touches intraday. So 1 2 1 2. I identify the trend. You guys could have took a long here right before power hour, because top of the hour is always crazy. Before power hour, like 9 times out of 10, I'd say we get an impulse move. If we did get this impulse move to the downside, I would cut under the trend. Obviously, I would be lotto size, so it'd be like a little bit more down draw than usual, but that's fine as long as you manage your size and risk. So 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. hit, and then we did get this rip up into power hour, and then we had a small pullback here, back to EMAs. This is a small pullback into higher, even higher. But this is a supply zone on US 500. I'll show you guys right here because we are trading in it currently right now. I'm actually in a short right now, as you guys can see here. USD Futures channel. I am in 3801 SPX shorts. So that is basically the moves that I caught today, and why I took them. Emphasis on this trade right here, because this was an hourly supply turned into demand. It's a little messy because I have a lot of 1 and 5 minute trader, but this was a supply zone turned into a demand zone on the hourly chart. So I hope this helps, and that's basically how I took my trade off of demand. I bought myself time so I could catch the a lot of the move and didn't get chopped up in 0-day contracts. So I hope that helps. Until next time, I will catch you guys.